Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your December 2024 tarot card reading. Quick reminder that if you're interested in sitting down with a one-on-one with me to kind of go over 2025, kind of get a nice overview with tarot and astrology, I do still have those bookings available. So all that info is in the description box in the comment thread down below. So I'd love to do that with you if you're wanting to know what 2025 is going to look like for you. All right, let's go ahead and see what comes through. We're going to start with an oracle card here. So Capricorn, what is it that you need to know for December 2024? Flexibility. All right, always a good message, especially in the beginning part of December while the sun is still in Sagittarius. Mutable sign, mutable energy. It's really important for us to be agile, right? Really important for us to not be so locked in and rigid, because this is a time of changeability where we have, a little bit more breathing room, and sometimes the plan changes, and sometimes we got to kind of loosen our grip a little bit and kind of let the universe come in and rearrange things so that we can make better decisions in the future. So it's really important for us to not be so locked in right now, simply because we don't really know exactly how things are going to unfold. And we want to be able to kind of get out of our own way here and be open to a lot of different possibilities, because there might be a possibility that's a lot easier than the way that we were originally thinking it was going to go. All right, so we get the skunk spirit. It says, know your worth. All right, when it comes to knowing our worth, right, there's a lot that has to do with boundaries, the way people treat us, the way we treat ourselves, the way we talk to ourselves, the things that we consume, the way we live, right? Our environment, the way we take care of ourselves, even things as basic as hygiene and exercise and diet, all that kind of stuff. So it might be a really good time. We do have this Jupiter retrograde in your 6th house in Gemini. So it might be that Jupiter is really kind of saying, hey, Capricorn, let's get this locked in. While we need to be flexible in certain areas, the area of our self-worth, definitely not, right? We certainly want to have rigid boundaries here. We want to be firm and secure in who we are and what we deserve, and treat ourselves accordingly, and make sure that we are surrounded by people that treat us accordingly as well. Surrounding ourselves with people that appreciate and value us and treat us well. Okay? So let's see what else comes out with the tarot cards. So Capricorn, what is it that you need to know for December 2024? All right. I'm loving the 10 of coins, because what is all of this for? What is all of this flexibility and knowing your worth for? It's so that you can actualize these manifestations that you hold in your heart, these things that you want. This is really about raising the standard in quite a substantial way. I mean, I'm seeing so much focus right now. The 10 of coins is very specific to you. So you, the viewer, get to sit there and say, what does my 10 of coins look like? What is my living situation? What is my bank account? What do my investments look like? What does my relationship look like? All the different areas of your life, your health, your spirituality, your freedom, everything listed out. What does it look like? That is your 10 of coins. And there are certain choices that may come your way that are either aligned with that or not. And if you really know your worth, then you're going to know exactly which choices. Now, there may not be easy ones, and that might include some difficult conversations with people, or it might include, moving on from people that maybe you don't necessarily feel ready to move on from. But I think there's a demand right now with Pluto now officially in Aquarius. And it's not just Pluto in Aquarius, by the way. And I know we've been going so hard on that for like 2 years, really. But this year, between November 2024 and like August of 2025, so a little less than this year ahead of us, not only do we have Pluto coming into Aquarius, but we also have Neptune coming into Aries and Uranus coming into Gemini. So we have these massive outer planet shifts going on multiple layers of peeling this back. And it's kind of like this old life is just getting further and further and further away. And so if we can put ourselves in a position where we more embrace our future as opposed to clinging to the past, this 10 of coins can come through more easily. All right. And I'm looking at this 3 of wands too, and I'm saying like, there's amazing things coming to you. There are amazing opportunities. There are the right people. There are the right, number of dollars coming your way. Whatever it is you need, it is coming your way. It is requiring a little bit of patience, but I think the patience really comes from all of these choices that you're making in the name of this self-worth. So it's like one choice gets a little bit closer. The next choice, it gets a little bit closer. Then the next choice, it gets even closer and closer. So with every choice you make, you're opening the door to that 10 of coins every single time. So the more you cling to the past and the more you try to control anything, it's kind of closing that door instead. Now, you may still be feeling with this moon card really in the dark. Because you might say, okay, yes, I feel aligned with my 10 of coins, but still nothing is really happening, or still I'm not getting all of it, or it's not all happening all at once, right? And so, yeah, there are a lot of question marks, and there are a lot of mysterious things in front of you. And I know you can't really see the path exactly. And I don't know that we really will, especially as Saturn, this is not just December, but Saturn is now moving direct. And it's getting closer and closer to Neptune. And over the next several months, I think that we're all going to be kind of in this really confused, mysterious place where where it's basically demanded of us that we rely on faith and we rely on trust in the higher being, right? And in the divine. And that's where the flexibility can come in really handy, because if you are trusting and surrendered and faithful and flexible, and you just kind of do things one decision at a time, it's not going to be all that overwhelming, right? It's not going to be an intimidating process. So you just accept. You don't always really know how this is going to go down. You don't always know what opportunities around the corner. It kind of turns life into this great adventure. And I think maybe you can have an adventurous life over the next couple of months, something that is exciting and stimulating, and that also kind of takes leaps and bounds forward. See, I know there's disappointments with this. The 3 of Swords doesn't surprise me, because we're saying goodbye to so many things right now. We're saying goodbye to things that we thought might have, some importance in our lives. And now all of a sudden we're like, I don't really think it can. I don't think it can have significance. I don't think I can keep it going. I don't think I can have this long term, because it's not conducive to my 10 of coins. Everything comes back to that 10 of coins. There are certain things that aren't going to fit, and you're going to have to come into acceptance of that. And you may not really understand why. That's the moon. There's certainly going to be things that you cannot see clearly with that moon card. You're not going to be able to see it clearly. You're not going to be able to wrap your head around it. And yes, there might be some disappointments, and there might be some loss, and there might be some sacrifices that you're needing to make. But with the Temperance card, I see you willingly and almost stoically pouring from one cup into the next. So this is a cup that you're probably emptying from, and you're pouring into your 10 of coins. Because what good is it to pour your energy, your love, your attention, your resources into something that doesn't have a future, that doesn't have a place in your future? What good is it? It's not who you are anymore. It's not what you want anymore. It's not where you're going anymore. So we have to kind of extract everything that you've put into that and go somewhere else. Like I said, there might be some tough conversations that you need to have with people. There might be conversations that are also difficult for you to hear as well. It's not only that you're the one delivering it, but you might be receiving that too. So if you do happen to be on the receiving end of that, I certainly wouldn't fight it. Flexibility. Just let things land the way they need to land and let the universe kind of work its magic, because it does feel with that moon card that there is a lot of magic in the air, but it's ineffable. You can't necessarily perceive it. You certainly cannot touch it, certainly not tangible in any way, shape, or form. And you just kind of have to trust that it's happening. We do have Neptune stationing direct in Pisces this month too, on the 7th. So, there might be some kind of shift going on there with the Neptune stationing direct. It might be a little bit more emotional, but I think that emotion, that purge, that release is going to be transcendent in some way. With the Page of Swords, it feels like whatever heaviness is brought here actually ends up being a relief. And you may not see that now going into December, but as December progresses, you'll start to see, okay, I'm really glad that Three of Swords happened. I'm really glad because now I can breathe. I have elbow room. I can move around. I can make certain decisions. And there's certainly a lot of flexibility here with the Page of Swords too. And conversations shift, where these conversations are very heavy and maybe even somewhat disappointing and maybe frustrating. They almost immediately convert into like solutions and ideas and brainstorming and a lot of creativity. There's a lot of enthusiasm that comes through here. I'm telling you, I don't think this is going to last very long. The moon, the Three of Swords, it's not like it's this extended period of time, a few days, a week that you have to deal with that, and then you move on very, very quickly. The Page of Swords is really quick on his feet. So you have an ability to pivot where you need to pivot, but you have to make sure that your vision is still constant. If there are fluctuations with the vision, with the 10 of coins, this might get a little bit sloppy. So you want to be really, really sure and secure on this 10 of coins thing that you have going on. You want to be really solid with all of that. The Page of Swords feels like a refreshing kind of an overhaul, like let's start over, new beginning, and the right people. I kind of like the introductory conversations that can happen with the Page of Swords. These are people that you can kind of spin ideas. Oh, we got another page. Okay. So the pages I do like in terms of the beginner mind. So you're starting from a totally refreshed point of view and a totally refreshed perspective. And maybe that's why this Three of Swords really needed to happen, again, to get you out of your own way, to get you out of your own head. Because now this is like, okay, I'm finally free and now I can see things that I really couldn't see before. Because there does seem to be some kind of I don't want to say a blockage. I think that's a little too extreme, but kind of a delusion. There was something that you were it was like very fuzzy and hazy, but now there seems to be clarity. And that clarity comes with kind of a new wave of excitement, a lot of adventure, especially with the Page of Wands. I'm certainly seeing active steps being taken. So there's no complacency here. There's like, okay, we got to do this. 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 Now, keep in mind that we do have a Mercury retrograde going on for most of December too. And that Mercury retrograde, we kind of have this really powerful mutual reception going on. Okay. Mercury is in Sag, which is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is in Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. So we have like this cross communication going on. And what I love about this is the big picture of Jupiter is really saying, okay, well, we have this vision, this dream, this fantasy, we have this belief, but Mercury says, well, that's great. So how are we going to attain it? What steps are we going to take? What is the logical, most rational path that we can follow that's going to get me there? So we kind of have the best of both worlds, the big picture and the small micro approach. So this is kind of the small micro approach for the sake of the big picture here. Page of Wands says, let's go. Let's do this. Let's make this happen one step at a time. Now, when we have this Five of Coins, it does tell me that there's some kind of pain point, either financial or health. There could be something relational going on as well that just really is not working out. Might be related to the Three of Swords. We'll kind of see what the clarifiers have to say. I think you have to really confront this kind of broken part of your life right now. You have to confront the part of you that is absolutely not working and that's kind of keeping you in this state of lack or the state of scarcity or whatever. The good news is that the pages, they tend to not have a lot of fear because they're not necessarily experienced enough. It's kind of like a puppy, right? A puppy runs around kind of with this omnipotent feeling of like, oh my gosh, I can rule the world. You know, they're running around, they're curious, they're doing all these wonderful things, completely oblivious to the dangers of life, you know. But I like that kind of puppy energy a little bit simply because this will not be so overwhelming or intimidating. It won't be so frustrating to deal with because you can say, okay, this is a bad feeling. How do I get out of it, right? This is a bad state. This is a bad financial situation. This is a bad whatever, and I don't like it. So how can I just kind of get through it? And so your attitude plays a really big part in finding the solution, which you clearly find very quickly with this King of Coins. I'm not really seeing you lingering in these difficult spots for very long. It's like 1 or 2 days and then you're out of it. And these little difficult pockets seem to be extremely motivating for Capricorn. Like, this is not a time where you sit and wallow and feel sorry for yourself. It's a time where you sit and say, I don't like this. What can I do to get out of it? Right? So again, the flexibility is all that much more important because when you don't identify with these hard things, they don't become a part of you. They don't become a part of your story. And it makes it easier to say goodbye to that. It makes it easier to walk away, to have those hard conversations. And it makes it easier to just embrace the unknown of the future, right? And I do think there's kind of this more mystical quality to Capricorn coming through right now. It's not so much, I mean, there is an ambition here with the 10 of Coins, but it's not really about your ambition. I think it's about your ability to maneuver and navigate through all of these little areas of, I keep hearing the word pockets. It's like these little pockets, like where everything is fine, and then you hit a pocket, almost like when you're in an airplane and you hit a pocket of turbulence kind of thing, where the air is just a little bit off. But it's like you understand that it really is just a pocket. It really is just this momentary blip on the radar, and you'll be able to come out of it and find that smooth sailing once again. And I love that we finish kind of victoriously with that King of Coins. We start with the 10 of Coins, we finish with the King of Coins. So the starting and ending point here throughout December, it just elevates even more. So wherever you are at the beginning of December, it's just going to get bigger and bigger. It's going to have a little bit of ups and downs, but you're ultimately going to end up higher, right? The general trend is going up. When it comes to knowing your worth, that's what this is all based in, right? Because you're not putting up with this kind of stuff. You're not letting this stuff linger. You are letting people walk away. You are tackling places of hardship and scarcity. You are treating yourself as best as you possibly can so that you can get out of these types of scenarios. So I am really seeing most decisions rooted in self-respect. And I think you'll see that as the close of the month comes, that you're in a really good position. You're in a position of empowerment and in a position of strength because of the way that you've handled all of these situations, these kind of micro situations. And I think you'll feel good. And I think you'll feel really secure in the way that the new year is going to start to open up. Okay? All right, let's pull out the clarifiers. So we are going to clarify this 10 of coins. So what is it that Capricorn needs to know for December 2024? So for those of you who are new, the cards we're about to pull out are the cards that we will cover in the comprehensive reading. We're going to talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all these cards. So if you want to join me, you are more than welcome. Did I pull out two? I was just talking, so I lost track. So yeah, description box, comment thread for the comprehensive reading. So if you want to join, you're welcome. So let's see what comes through with 3 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, Justice, and the 3 of Coins. Now for the Moon, Chariot, the Devil, and another 10 of Coins. Beautiful. Love to see that. Now for this 3 of Swords, 10 of Wands, Judgment. So we're definitely seeing clarity there. And 8 of Coins. Queen of Cups. 9 of Coins. High Priestess. 4 of Cups. 4 of Swords, 4 of Wands. Okay, lots of fours going on there. Their connection is with the Emperor. So there's a lot of stability and security there. 6 of Swords, the World. There's the Movement. Ooh, another 3 of Swords. 2 of Coins, 2 of Swords, Knight of Swords, another 3 of Wands. And then last, we have Temperance. Oh, and then we have the Emperor. Beautiful, which I mentioned the number 4 up there. All right, Capricorn. So we're going to go over all these in the comprehensive. So if you want to join, you're more than welcome. Thank you all so much. Have an amazing December, and I'll talk to you soon.